Good morning, students. So today we will start exercise 2.2. But before starting exercise 2.2, let us learn some properties of whole numbers. Okay, as you can see here clearly in page number 17, properties of whole numbers. The four fundamental operations on whole numbers are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay, so these are the four fundamental operations on whole numbers. There are several properties of these operations on whole numbers that help us to understand the numbers better and make calculations under certain operations very simple. Let us look at these properties. So first one, addition. I think it is a very common thing, but in this exercise you have to read about few properties of addition. First one is closure property. The sum of two whole numbers is always a whole number. That is, if a and b are two whole numbers, then a plus b is also a whole number. So here a plus b means the sum of a and b, whatever it is. Okay, this property is also known as the closure property of addition of whole numbers. For example, 3 and 5 are whole numbers and 3 plus 5 equals to 8. Here 3 and 5 means a and b and their sum, that is a plus b means 8. Okay, so 3 and 5 both are whole numbers and their sum is also a whole number. Okay, now come to commutative property. Commutative property. The sum of two whole numbers remains the same irrespective of the order in which they are added. That is, if a and b are two whole numbers, then a plus b equals to b plus a. Did you understand? I am repeating this property again. The sum of two whole numbers remains the same irrespective of the order in which they are added. If a and b are two whole numbers, then a plus b equals to b plus a. That means you can see this example and you will understand. This property is known as the commutative property of addition of whole numbers. For example, 5 plus 3 equals to 8 and 3 plus 5 equals to 8. In this case, as you can see clearly, in first case 5 is the first digit and then we added 3 to it. The answer comes 8. But in second case, 3 is the first digit and we added 5 to 3, but again the answer comes 8. So this is known as commutative property, in which if you change the order, the sum will not change. Okay, now let us move to next page. Associative property. Okay, so what is associative property? The sum of whole numbers remains the same even if their grouping is changed. That is, if a comma b and c are any three whole numbers, then bracket open a plus b bracket close plus c equals to a plus bracket open b plus c bracket close. Now what does it mean? Let us understand with the help of an example. This property is known as the associative property of addition of whole numbers. For example, bracket open 7 plus 5 bracket close plus 2 equals to 12 plus 2 equals to 14. Now what does it mean? You can see here clearly, 7 plus 5 equals to 12 and 12 plus 2 becomes 14. It is solved here. Okay, 7 plus 5 12 and then 2 is added here. 12 plus 2 equals to 14 and Again 7 plus bracket open 5 plus 2 bracket close equals to 7 plus 7 equals to 14. Means in both the cases answer is same. Okay, so this property is known as associative property. Okay, now come to next one, existence of additive identity. So what is this existence of additive identity? When 0 is added to a whole number, we get the same number. Whenever 0 is added to a whole number, we get the same number. That is, if a is a whole number, then a plus 0 equals to a equals to 0 plus a. That means 0 is the additive identity of the whole numbers. You will understand with this example. 6 plus 0 equals to 6. Okay, and 0 plus 6 equals to 6. Now did you understand? So 0 is the additive identity of the whole numbers. Means suppose that we add any number to 0, the answer will be same as that number. Or if we add 0 to any number, you will get the same number. That means 6 plus 0 equals to 0 and 0 plus 6 equals to also 6. Sorry, 6 plus 0 equals to 6 and 0 plus 6 equals to 6. Okay, now come to next one, additive inverse. If a plus b equals to 0, then we say that b is the additive inverse of a and a is the additive inverse of b. I repeat this sentence. If a plus b equals to 0, then we say that b is the additive inverse of a and a is the additive inverse of b. Since for any given whole number a, there is no whole number b such that a plus b equals to 0, the additive inverse for whole numbers does not exist. So it is clearly written that the additive inverse for whole numbers does not exist. Now here 7 is a whole number and 7 plus bracket open minus 7 bracket close. So when we solve this question, it becomes 0, but minus 7 is not a whole number. Okay, so it means that since for any given whole number a, there is no whole number b such that a plus b equals to 0, comma, the additive inverse for whole number does not exist. Okay, now these are the few examples or suitable rearrangements given. You have to solve it in exercise. Now let us move to next one, that is subtraction. Closure property. Let a and b be two whole numbers such that a is greater than equals to b. This sign becomes equals to. Okay, this is greater one and this one equals to. A is greater than equals to b. Then bracket open, a minus b bracket close is a whole number. If this condition is given, then a minus b is a whole number. I repeat, but b minus is not a whole number. But if it is given like this, b minus a, then it is not a whole number if this condition is given. Okay, thus whole numbers are not closed under subtraction. For example, 6 minus 2 equals to 4, but 2 minus 6 is not a whole number. Okay, you will get the answer 2 minus 6, but it will not be a whole number. Commutative property. Let a and b be two whole numbers. Let a and b be two whole numbers. Then a minus b is not equals to b minus a. Thus, whole numbers are not commutative under subtraction. For example, 5 minus 3 is not equal to 3 minus 5. Since 5 minus 3 equals to 2 and 3 minus 5 is not a whole number. Okay, so this is known as commutative property, and whole numbers are not commutative under subtraction. Okay, now next one, associative property. Let a, b and c be three whole numbers. Okay, a, b and c be three whole numbers. Then bracket open, a minus b bracket close minus c is not equal to A minus bracket open B minus C bracket close. Okay, so this is known as associative property, but in subtraction whole numbers are not associative under subtraction. Means in subtraction you cannot use this kind of questions. Okay, for example 9 minus 3 bracket open close minus 2 is not always equal to 9 minus bracket open 3 minus 2 bracket close. Okay, so as you can see here clearly, answer is given. Here it comes 4, that means your LHS left hand side, and RHS become 8. So there is a difference in these two answers. Okay, now come to property of 0. When 0 is subtracted from any whole number, we get the same whole numbers as the answer. This is known as the property of 0 under subtraction. That is, for example, 4 minus 0 equals to 4. Let A, B and C be 3 whole numbers such that A minus B equals to C, then A equals to B plus C. Now see, for example 7 minus 3 equals to 4. Okay, then 7 equals to 3 plus 4. So in both the cases, as you can see, 7 minus 3 equals to 4, then 7 equals to 3 plus 4. Means when we subtract two numbers we get answer. Okay, but when we add that answer and any number, we get the other number. Okay, now come to next one, that is multiplication. It has also closure property. Okay, the product of two whole numbers is always a whole number, as it is given here. For example, you take 3 and 6 are whole numbers, and 3 into 6 equals to 18, so 18 is also a whole number. Okay, so it is similar like addition. Now come to commutative property. The product of two whole numbers remains the same irrespective of the order in which they are multiplied. That means 5 into 3 equals to 15, as well as 3 into 5 equals to 15. In this case you change the order of the digits, but the answer, or you can say product, will always be same. Okay, now come to associative property. The product of whole numbers remains the same even if their grouping is changed. That is, if A, B and C are any 3 whole numbers, then A into B bracket open close into C equals to A into bracket open B plus C bracket close. This property is known as the associative property of multiplication of whole numbers. For example, if you multiply 2 into 3 bracket open close into 4, you get the answer 24. And when you multiply 2 into bracket open 3 into 4 bracket close equals to 24. So in associative property of multiplication of whole numbers, you will get the same answers. Okay, now come to existence of multiplicative identity. When a whole number is multiplied by 1, we get the same number. Okay, if A is a whole number, then A into A equals to A, or 1 into A is also becomes A. Okay, so here you can see the example, 7 into 1 equals to 7, and 1 into 7 equals to 7. So in these cases the answers will be same. Okay, this is called existence of multiplicative identity. Now multiplicative inverse. If A into B equals to 1, then we say that B is the multiplicative inverse of A and A is the multiplicative inverse of B. Since for any given whole number A comma A into 1 by A equals to 1, but 1 by A is not a whole number except A equals to 1. The multiplicative inverse of whole numbers does not exist. Okay, I am explaining it again. Since for any given whole number A into 1 by A equals to A, but 1 by a is not a whole number except a equals to 1. So the multiplicative inverse of whole numbers does not exist. Now come to property of 0. The product of 0 and a whole number is always 0. Okay? The product of 0 and a whole number is always 0. That is, if a is a whole number, then a into 0 equals to 0. Okay? Or 0 into a will be also 0. This is known as the property of 0 under multiplication. You can see the example. 4 into 0 equals to 0 and 0 into 4 also becomes 0. Distributive property of multiplication over addition. Let a, b and c be any three whole numbers. Okay? Let a, b and c be any three whole numbers. Then a into bracket open b plus c bracket close equals to a into b plus a into c. So this is known as distributive property and it is very important. Okay? So you have to use this property to solve the questions. As you can see here, 4 into 5 plus 7. Okay? And here 4 into 5 we multiplied this and then we give the signature sign of addition and then we multiply 4 into 7. So in both the cases, that means LHS and RHS, we get the same answer, that is 48. Okay? So this is distributive property of multiplication over addition. For whole numbers, multiplication distributes over subtraction also, as a into bracket open b minus c bracket close equals to a into b minus a into c, provided b is greater than equals to c. Now let us move to next page. As you can see, few questions are there and you have to solve all these questions by using the properties, different properties. Okay? Now last one, that is division. Division has also few properties. Closure property. Let a and b be any two whole numbers such that b is not equals to 0. Then a divided by b is not necessarily a whole number. Okay? Thus whole numbers are not closed under division. Okay? So for example, 22 divided by 5 equals to 22 by 5, which is not a whole number. So it is clearly mentioned whole numbers are not closed under division. Now commutative property. Let a and b be non-zero whole numbers, then a divided by b is not equal to b divided by a. So whole numbers are not commutative under division also. Okay? That means 8 divided by 2 equals to 4, but 2 divided by 8 is not a whole number. Okay? Now come to associative property. Let a, b and c be three whole numbers where b is not equal to 0 and c is not equal to 0. Then a divided by b bracket open close divided by c is not equal to a divided by bracket open b divided by c bracket close. Now just solve it. Okay, as you can see, 24 divided by 6 divided by 2 is not equals to 24 divided by bracket open 6 divided by 2 bracket close. LHS equals to, the answer is 2 and here the answer is 8. So this is the difference in division. So whole numbers are not associative under division. Okay? So you have to read all these things clearly and then you have to use division algorithm. You have read it in standard 2 or 3 also. You can read it clearly and you will understand. Now let us move to exercise 2.2. Okay friends, now let us start exercise 2.2. Question number 1. Fill in the blanks with suitable numbers. You can do it by your own. Okay. Now let us come to question number 2. Add the following by suitable rearrangements. You have to arrange these digits and then you have to solve. So let us see. As you can see, these digits are given in the blackboard. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 95, then 96, 97, 98 and 99. We can add these numbers directly, but in question it is written we have to add by using rearrangements. Okay, so how will we rearrange these digits? We will try to rearrange these digits in the so that we get the answer in the multiples of 10 or 100. Okay, let us see. This is 1 and this is 99. So we can rearrange these numbers. 1 plus 99 is 100. Again 2 plus 98. Again it is 100. Next 3 plus 97. Again we add these numbers, we get 100, or you can say in the multiples of 10. Next 4 plus 96, and then 5 plus 95. Okay friends, now it is very much easier for us to solve this question. Let us see how. 1 plus 99 equals to 100. 2 plus 98, again 100. 3 plus 97, 100. 4 plus 96, again 100. And at last 5 plus 95. Again we get the answer 100. Now it is easier for us to calculate hundreds. Okay, 100 plus 100, 200. 200 plus 100, 300. 300 plus 100, 400. And 400 plus 100 is 500. So friends, in this way we can solve question number 2. Now let us move to question number 3, and you have to solve all the questions of question number 2 in your mathematics class work copy. Okay friends, now let us move to question number 3. Find the products by applying suitable properties. Okay, now you have to find the product of these two numbers by using suitable properties. Now let us see how to use this property. 238 multiplied by 103. Okay, now what we will do, we will use the distributive property. How? 238 we will write it as it is. 238 into, we will open the bracket, and this 103 can be written as 100 plus 3 and then bracket closed. Now what we have to do, we will multiply 238 into 100 as you can see here, as well as we will give the plus sign as it is given plus here, and again we will multiply 238 into 3. Okay, now it will be easier for us to multiply these small numbers, or as you can see this is a multiple of 10, so it will be easier for us to solve this type of multiplication. So 238 into 100 will become 23,800 plus 238 into 3 will become 740. Okay, now after adding these two numbers we get the answer 24,540. So this is our answer of question number A. Now let us move to question number B. In this question also we have to use the distributive property, but in a different way. Okay, let us see. The question is 154 multiplied by 99. So what we have to do? How will we use the distributive property in this case? 154 we will write it as it is. Okay, then we will give the multiplication sign, then we will open the bracket. Now 99 can be written as 100 minus 1, so that it will be easier for us to multiply. Now let us solve 154 into 100. We have written it like this. Again, here you can see minus sign is given. So here also we will give minus sign. Okay. Again, 154 into 1. So we get the answer 154 into 100 is 15,400 and 154 into 1 equals to 154. After subtracting these two numbers, we get the answer 15,246. So students, in this way you have to solve question number 3. Okay, you have to solve all the questions of question number 3 in your mathematics classwork copy, including these two questions also. Now let us move to question number 4. Okay students, now let us move to question number 4. Find the products using suitable rearrangements. Okay, now let us see. We have to find the product of the given numbers by using suitable rearrangements. We can directly multiply these numbers also and we will get the correct answer. But we have to multiply these numbers by using rearrangements. Okay, how will we rearrange? First of all, we will try to see that if we multiply any two number, we get the multiples of 10 or 100 or not. Okay, so let us see. We multiply 625 with 8 and this 50 and 20. Let us check. 625 into 8, we get the answer 5000, and 50 into 20, we get the answer 1000. Now it is easier for us to multiply these numbers. Okay, so our final answer will be 50 lakh. Okay, so in this way we can rearrange the given digits and can find the products. Now let us move to question number 5. Find the values of the following. You have to find the values of the following question by using any property. Okay, so let us see. As you can see, 497 into 37 and again 497 into 13. So in both the cases 497 is common. So we take it as common. Okay, so we can write it like this: 497 into bracket open 37, then addition sign, and then 13 bracket close. Okay, why we have taken 497 and why we have written 37 plus 13 inside the bracket? So that we can multiply 497 with 37 as well as 497 with 13 as it is given in the question. To make it easier, we use this process. Okay, so 497 into 37 plus 13 equals to 50. Now it is easier for us to multiply 497 and 50. We get the answer 24,850. So students, in this way we can solve question number 4 and 5. Now what you have to do? You have to solve all the questions of question number 4 as well as question number 5 in your mathematics classwork copy. Now let us move to the next question.